Hello everybody, what is going on? It's me, Scarecrow Gaming here, and I'm here today to showcase the USO July updates. And this update was a pretty big one. It includes a lot of things that have changed, and I'm going to try to go through all of them as quickly as possible without wasting all your time. The first thing is that the woods and metal was categorized in the same tab, but still separated. So you still have all these right here. So yeah, and how they're categorized now is pretty interesting. They're all still pretty decent, and now you have Pure Shack and Retextures, Miscellaneous. So the Miscellaneous tab actually holds all of these now. And the Railings, it's its own separate category. And the Railings tab actually has a lot of different retextures now. Personally, one of my favorite is this one right there, the Railing. That's like that. The cloth ones are pretty cool too, as well. But I like the ones that are like the metal wiring right here. I think that's pretty cool and will definitely be used. Next up in the pallet section, we have a bunch of new plywood. If we just scroll past all the old stuff, you get all these planks and such now that you can use in your builds. So keep that in mind when you're building from now on. You even get these planks with nails in them, so you can use them in, say, bridges and such, or just in flooring in general, which is pretty neat. Another big note to call out now on everything is that it all costs an actual amount of wood now. So this costs wood. All costs wood now, meaning that you can no longer just use caps as payments. Moving on, the staircases are still the same. Nothing new added there. Roofs, I believe there is nothing new added unless I am wrong. Nothing new added there. Walls are now separated by 4 different categories. 5 actually, my bad. Doorways the first. And next up you have the wood walls as usual, which are pretty nice. Lastly, next up you have the half walls. Still the same as usual. Outer caps. Not placing these down, you can just stop to see if you want to look at something. And then lastly, we have the internal walls, which are really nice. They give these nice doorways that don't snap, and they basically are just the security gate stuff, just retextured. And these give a non-snappable walls for internal such. And then you also have these windows right here, which can be used as well. Great stuff right there. Next up we have floors, and floors were split up into 3 different sections, and as always floors are just these. And then foundations are really nice that they're their own separate category now. But something cool that was added in is with the carpet and tiles. In the carpets and tiles tab, we still have all these carpets and everything, and all these new tile floors, which I'm sure people will use. And now they also have the second floor for all of them as well. But now you also have these foundations as well, which is really nice. So now no longer do you have to go and use a different mod of carpets to place down on top of foundations. Staircases, of course, have them, etc. And then lastly, on the far left, or firstly, you still have all the wood prefabs. Nothing new added there. So next up, we have the wood tab. Nothing added in as far as I know. There is a bunch of retextures of things that you will find. So just keep a lookout there. No new roofs added. And all these right here are just retextures. My personal favorite happening to be the rust, as it looks like it kind of fits in the Fallout universe. It reminds me a lot of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. So I'm definitely most likely will use these in the future. You also have all the Diamond City type of coloring and sorts. So if you wanted to use these, you can. And then you also have the boxcar colors. Moving on, we have the concrete. And the concrete is the same as usual. You have all the railings, of course, that are different colors and textures. all the walls and such, you know, just the normal stuff. But in the retextures now, you have the brick and all the other stone stuff that we had before. You know, you can go in here, you can scroll through all the bricks, scroll through all the stones, so lots of stones still. And then you have House of the Future tab, which adds in all these settlement houses from Sanctuary before and after the war. So say you wanted to make a Sanctuary themed house, you can do that now with the concrete textures, so they'll be a little bit thicker. You also have all the Institute stuff as usual, but now we also have the Vault Tech walls in concrete and such. And since I don't have the, you know, DLC for Vault Tech and all the other stuff, you will not see anything past the first workshop DLC in this. So if you want to see more, go ahead and go find that on your own. So now we also have all the box cars, and the box cars got retextures as well. This is for the base game, keep in mind. And we also get the doors now added in. These are the USO doors. They don't snap, as far as I know. Yeah, they do not snap, but they are still useful for people that do not have the DLC, so that is very nice. So yeah, if you're somebody like me who doesn't have all the DLC or anything past Far Harbor, then the add-ons will be very useful. Well, this update will be very useful to you. They added in a bunch of silver and, you know, rusted boxcars, which is pretty cool. And then you also have all the regular capsules, as always. If you don't have any of the Vault Tech DLC, you don't get a full completed one prefab. You have all the industrial parts that all cost the same, and they all cost just steel. Looks like you can get one in the texture of the Vault Tech. Then you have the crates, and it categorizes them by open and closed, so that we don't have to go scrolling forever. Then you have the scaffolding, you have Pridwin, Industrial and Quarry, as well as the miscellaneous, which is just a combat cage. And then my favorite part of this add-on is the cloth awnings. I think this edition was really awesome. I'm happy that we got all these. Really helps me with everything that I want to do in the future. So yeah, keep an eye out for these in my future builds. Really like how they have Minutemen makeshift tents now. Just really nice that these are a thing. Then in the doors, he categorized them by snap, large, and sliding, and no snap, of course. So these are all the original ones, in which he added some new ones in, like the greenhouse doors, and I believe warehouse doors as well. Just a nice selection. There is one slide door that is in here that should be in the other one, as well as the pocket door right there from the sanctuary houses that are side. But these slide doors are just for whatever. These are the barn doors, which are my personal favorite that have been added in, that will help me out tremendously. The industrial doors, the garage door, double wood door, white, castle doors. I love these huge metal doors that were added in. I'm actually going to place them down just so we can see them in action. Massive doors. Definitely might be used in the future for something. Who knows what? I'll have to figure that out, because those are massive doors. And I don't even know what they could be used for, but I want to use them in some way, somehow, one day. And next up, you have these sliding doors. These are the elevator doors that were added in. Damaged utility. Secret brick door, which costs concrete. So say if I just go and get some concrete real quick. Right here. You can see that this is one of the secret brick doors. Not the one from the, you know, railroad entryway, but it's still one of those secret doors that you can use in your builds from now on. You have the sliding vault doors, which are really nice. And then you have all the power doors as usual. The Institute sliding doors, which is a good thing to have. vault text elevator door. I think that's pretty cool. And then you have all the power doors for the Institute, the red rocket door, and the large security doors that are sliding type, which will definitely be probably used by me in the future. And then we have the fencing. So you have the junk fence as usual, but the junk fences had stuff added into it, like retextures of the original stuff. So let me just scroll right through there so you guys can see all that. So here's the retextures. It retextures all the junk fences with different colored wood variants and metal variants as well. So say you just wanted a different colored gates, you can. Or if you wanted the gates to have, say, the Brotherhood, Institute, Minutemen, Railroad, etc. symbol on there, you can. And then you have the retextures of the metal. And then you have these junk roofs that are angled metal pieces. So say you wanted to make a roof using these junk fences, you can now, which would be pretty fucking interesting, and I might try doing by making a barn with them. So keep an eye out for that in the future. Next up, you have all the picket fences. They're all just retextures, green and such, you know. Nothing special about them other than the recoloring. So you have the wood fences, as usual, wire, chain link, military. Military is just all these, so if you wanted to use them, you can. I'll just scroll through real quick. You have the covenants, nothing interesting about them. Jersey barriers, cinder blocks, nothing too interesting. Old stone, tires, sandbags, security fence, which is for the internal doors. There are just retextures of these, if you can't tell. Police barriers, construction, that, and then the iron fencing, and then lastly but not least, there's a miscellaneous tab for fencing, and you have the CIT, you have the decoration lobby, HIT exit lobby railing, a bunch of just different new railings that were added in that I'm sure a lot of you people will find different uses for. I know I will try to find uses for them. I think these are really cool and will probably be used by me. You also have these pier railings, which you can see over on the custom bridge over here that was done by Evil Viking 13. If we just run straight over here real quick, he uses those, a part of his build. Ooh, that's cool. This is still here, even though his thing is there. Okay, game, come on, load it back into workshop mode. I know it's gonna take a while. So then let's scroll on through. Oh wow, it didn't get rid of all the leaves on it now. That's great. So you have to scrap all that separately. That's from a oh, I can scrap the rad roach. That was interesting. Then you just go back all the way through here. That's a different mod, by the way. That's scrap that Commonwealth. Then you have all these railings, which is really nice to have. You know, so if you wanted to, you can make these railings. And then all the vehicles are separated by categories. And the airplanes, I believe, all have, yeah, just the usual stuff. Vehicles, buses, they have their own stuff now. Trucks and trailers has all this, and they actually finally added the RV in, which, hallelujah, look at that. I'm so happy that I have this. This is going to be used in so many stuff, guys. You have no idea. Then you have these trailer doors that can be added onto the place anywhere to the back of the trailers, if you so freely want to. So say you wanted to add one of these, you can now. So make sure you line it up properly if you do plan on using it. It's pretty easy to put in there, it would seem, so you guys shouldn't have any issues. Just bam. Like that. You know, easy to put in. Next up, you have the car vans. Same old, but now they have the explodable category, which has the cars that you can explode. So say you wanted to put these in your settlements, like this red car right there, you can. And now you can have it set up to like how it was in a trailer, where it looked like you could basically have it placed down. Not sure if gravity takes effect. It does. So it looks like it was placed down right there. So whenever raiders come in, you can explode it if you wanted to. Personally, not going to be used like by me. You also have all these trucks now. Vans. Oh, Voltec van. That's cool. Just scrolling through so you guys can see everything, you know. And then right over here you have the motorbikes. Let's go ahead and scrap this trailer. You have the boats. These boats was added in, it would seem. Fishing boats, red, white. Rowboats. And now they have the rowboat udder, so those of you that had your immersion breaking by it not having the rudder, you can now do so having it. And I believe it should just act like have the collision be put on there like that. Yes, it does. So say if you place it in the water, you can properly line it up. It would seem you probably have to use place anywhere to lower it down just a little bit. You have the swan boats, which are really nice, and then you have the regular tug boats. You have the industrial, of course, the military. You can't build. I can't build the vertebrates, or else I would show them off. And then you have the rails. This thing is fucking massive. Holy shit! Like, dear God, what type of person decided to make a train like this? Like, where the fuck is the front? I believe the front is over here. Yeah, that's the back. So front is that part up there. Dear God. Then you have these wagons right here. These are really cool. They take leather, though, which is the interesting thing. You figured they would take wood, but these are really cool. Might be used in a future build of mine. Next up, you have the, you know, miscellaneous vehicles. Then the pre-war buildings. And guys, this is only partially of all the things that have been added in. So I'm going through this really slowly. You have the small bunkers, which is the small bunker right here, which is really nice. I'm going to use that in a future build. Of course, the Diamond City shacks. All these houses right here. You know, furniture now. Furniture. There's a lot of furniture that was added in for the beds. Functional, So see, you can scroll through all that. You see that there's a lot of different now bedding, blankets, lots of it, bunk beds. So he's added in all the beds that we wanted before. That was a different thing. Too bad the wine isn't for the regular bed. I really was hoping for that. And then you have the small kid mattress, and then he made beds for the children that are small for them. He has a wed child's bed, but he doesn't have a regular. Then you have all these dummy beds, like these. Just gonna scroll through real quick. Just all the retextures for the abstract paintings and such, which is really nice. Definitely gives it a different type of feel and vibe. He also added in these broken beds right here, that, and such. And then there's a bunch of different retextured pillows, the straw pillows in here as well. All it does is cost 2 cloth, so if you wanted to make one, you can. I'm just trying to showcase everything, guys. So yeah, bedding mats, of course, you know. Then you have these custom colored couches, chairs, and such. All this, just, you probably already know all that already. Modular chairs, couches, all the stuff that was already added in before. Tables, desks, you know, the works of it. Just scrolling through slowly so you guys can see that there is still all these categories. Miscellaneous. He added in a bunch of new stuff in the miscellaneous tabs, and I believe in the shelves, wood. They at the end, no, it would be metal because they're lockers. Yeah, right here, he added in a locker door, so now you can decorate these lockers and then add on the locker door to it yourself. And so now you can, you know, open it up and decorate it and then close it. That's badly placed, by the way. By me, I just placed it down instantly just so you guys can see. That's going to be very useful. I did like the category, the ones where you can just store things in there, but he did not add that. And how the hell did I end up in that category? The fuck? But yeah, lots of new stuff added in by him. There's the animated mats, of course. Then decorations. He added some new stuff in the flag section, like a desk flags now. Really cute. Wall flags, of course, you know, the usual. Floor coverings. He added in a couple of new floor text. He added in a couple of new floor organization things. Clean, rug, you know, the original. Wall decorations. He now has the curtains in here, which is fantastic. Let me tell ya. And he has them actually set up to where they work, you know, well. Next up, you have the abstract paintings, of course. These are all easier to scroll through now instead of having to scroll through 1,000 things. You have the vault posters. He didn't add in a separate posters category for those of us that don't have the DLC, which is fine. There's other mods out there, you know, that give us a bunch of the posters that are in the game. He does give us a bunch of signs. But yeah, just trying to scroll on through. Bunch of animal heads and such. There is glowing ones now that were added in, I believe. So he did add glowing, like glowing rad roach right there. Y albino, you know, all the works. So say if I want albino Radstad head, I could have it now. Decals, all this, which takes the abestos, I guess, abestos. I don't fucking know how to say it. I'm gonna give up. Which just adds on a bunch of different decals. You got barrels, and then you have in the barrels category, he has ones that you can place on the side, which is really nice to add some variation. In the wood crates category, he added different textures in for them. Boxes, they're all the same. You guys know what they look like. Baskets, there's only one, and then you have the other B and I don't know what the BB and shit stands for. You have all the different stuff right here, like different oil lamps now. You have the colonial, which I don't see much of a difference, and you have the colonial tall, which is really nice. Just good stuff to have. You have the terminals, of course. I don't think there's a television. Yeah. You have the statues and fountains, of course. And now with the statues, you have ones that are these models that are increased in size. Ta-da! So now you have the ones from like Fallout 3, how they looked. So that's a Fallout 3 model right there, if you guys did not know. So now you have all of this. I really like the Sentry Bot statue. They're a little bit low quality textures, but it's whatevs. Yeah, the Vault Tech statues now, which is just the things. And then you have these from the, I don't even know what to say to that. These are from the loading menus, which these are a lot higher detail, which are actually put a really strain on your settlement, so you gotta make sure not to build any... I didn't mean to do that. Shit. Whoops. Moving on. I'm not gonna use this place for building anyways. So yeah, you have a lot of these statues that are just high quality. So if you build a lot of them, it'll add a lot of strain on your guys' settlements. So make sure you guys be careful with where you build them all at. Personally, like that. That's pretty fucking dope looking, if I have to admit. You can walk right through them though. No collision. Let's try not to scrap the, foundation. Next up, you have the spikes poles. It's a lot smaller now since there's no tents. Standing signs, of course. You got that. Themes, yeah. There's a bunch of themes now. So, let's go ahead. I'll build one of these. The arcade machine. I don't even know where these are at, actually, in the game. Pinball machine. Yeah, skee ball. So say if you don't have Nuka World and you still want to build a thing, you can. I think this was made by him himself because, that's pretty cool looking. So yeah, you have all these arcade machines now if you wanted to. Let's go ahead and quickly scrap them. That is pretty fucking tall for a pinball machine, might I say. You have clutter still, machines, decorative, nature. I don't believe there's anything new added to nature, just except that it's more categorized now. Yeah. And then you have miscellaneous, of course. You just scroll on through. You guys can see. So everything else has its cost now. There's a bunch of new generators added in. Looks like I need copper if I want to build these. That didn't give me copper. Oh well. It has the salvaged vault generator now, which gives more power than the vanilla generator, which is pretty cool, but it costs science. You have all these new. You have a bunch of the same conduits. Nothing new there. Bunch of ceiling lights and everything. It's all categorized, but a lot better. Miscellaneous tab. It has a bunch of new stuff. It has a bunch of stuff added back into it. New sign for the Diamond City Radio, instead of just it being that one neon sign. And then you have the conveyor belts for vanilla people that just wanted to make a factory looking like place, but you can't since you don't have the DLC. Bunch of decorative stuff right there. Let me change it to daytime real quick using CVA, guys. If you don't use CVA, it's a mod that you should use. Scrolling on through. Anyways, back to the showcase. Right over here we have the guard post. The guard post, it's just the same shit. Turrets, same stuff, except you do have the cart's turret, and that does actually rotate, which is kind of weird, but hey, what are you gonna do about it? Traps, same stuff as usual. Nothing new. Resources. There's a now dirty water pump, which costs less but only gives one water and only gives dirty water when you drink out of it. And then he gave these water condensers that you can place on land, which are just the water pumps from right here. You have all the regular plants and such, just a couple of new stuff added in, like the wild plants, which is really nice that we don't have to have a separate mod. Then you have all the planters, of course, So this one you need ceramic for some reason. I guess it makes sense. I don't fucking know. Scavenging stations, of course, I'm just gonna ignore the rain, guys, and you should too. All these scavenging mats, the usual. Miscellaneous tab, there is just the same stuff as usual. Robin, feeding trough, of course. Stores, same stuff as usual. Crafting, bunch of new stuff, bunch of the same stuff in crafting. I believe though there is a laundry now where you can get stuff to create clean laundry now. Then over here, NPCs. You can now make your own NPCs. So say you wanted to make an animal, you would just use Brahmin, the stuff. You can also place down crows, which are nice, I guess. If you wanted to create a creepy settlement, I don't know why you'd want. I don't know how they interact, so I'm going to place down one crow. You can also create children, it would seem, and counts against settler amendment, acts as a guard and defends the settlement. Counts against settler limit may not be allocated to tasks, but provides a happiness boost. Okay, that's cool. Then you have the merchants, general merchants, ammo trader. You assign to ask, but ask as a general trader. So say if you wanted to make a trader, you can. It costs wood to make them. They come with pre-decorated, pre-outfits, though. Faction merments, so you get like somebody like the Atom Cats, Children of Atom, Institute, which I can't, Ballistic Fiber, etc. Oh, Minutemen. I don't even want to know how you work. Then you have the specialist merchant like the Abaxa, Book, Trader, etc., etc. I wonder how the Butcher acts. I wonder if he does the animation. Historical Trader, Nuka-Cola, pre-war goods, Red Rocket, Super Mutant Trader. I guess that would appear as a Super Mutant. Undertaker, I'm guessing would be like a graveyard person. And Vault Tech. Then this summons standard settlers in. Summon 3 settlers who must be moved to the settlement or in workshop mode and then allocated to a job. Standard setter, summoner, female only, male only. So say if you only get like a lot of females, you can now use male only, or if you get a lot of males, you can get female only. And then this can summon in super mutants if you want super mutants at your settlement to act like actual settlers. You can now place a bunch of robots now, which requires robotics expert. You can now place down iBots. I have no idea what the difference between all the iBots are. You can now summon Mr. Handy, and get ones like that. Cannot be assigned to a task. Provides settlement bonuses. 1 per settlement. I have no idea what the Z38 would even do. So you guys can just see there's a bunch of, you can get the Sentry bots now if you wanted to. Miscellaneous robots, Mini Liberty Prime. I feel like that's kind of lore breaking. You can summon Raider. You cannot, that's all the NPCs. And then you go into the Raiders, you get the pack of Miscellaneous. This is just from a mishap though with the thing. These are experimental items, so you can get like place down water bath now if you wanted to, which then you'd have to use the rogue glitch to move a bath into place. And then these are just tools now added in for like pillar glitching. So say if you wanted to pillar glitch, you can now. These are just for measuring out things, which is actually very useful. These are for nav mesh repairing. So say you can't walk into, like your settlers can't pathfind something, you can place these down and it'll fix the nav mesh to where they can pathfind it. You have the barber chairs now. Surgery chair and barber chair. Does not require a surgeon assigned, but will look nice if you do. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's all the stuff in USO. As my game looks like it's about ready to crash. I hope you guys enjoyed the mod review update. As always, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. The July update was a very big update, and I'm happy we got it. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Live stream will be coming tomorrow, Friday. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and have a wonderful day. Bye.